In light of the ongoing negotiations between the PGA Tour, LIV Golf, and the DP World Tour regarding a potential merger, Rory McIlroy has now shared his predictions for the future of golf. In an attempt to break the impasse between the PGA Tour and LIV Golf, Rory McIlroy has suggested a revamped world circuit that would resemble Formula One. The superstar from Northern Ireland was once among the most outspoken opponents of the defectors who eventually joined the breakaway LIV Golf. However, since the surprise announcement of merger plans last summer, the possibility of a legally binding truce between the warring factions has appeared. That said, progress on a final agreement between the PGA Tour, LIV Golf and the DP World Tour stalled during the second half of 2023. Despite a deadline for a deal having been set for December 31st, this was eventually extended as the interested parties continue to lay out a clear blueprint moving forward. Famous figures such as Sergio Garcia, Lee Westwood, Ian Poulter, and Jon Rahm have been drawn to the Gulf state in the last 2 years due to the wealth that is available there. Because of this, the state of golf is essentially unrecognizable from earlier times, although McIlroy has now acknowledged that the changes made to the game have allowed for re-evaluation. The world number 2 player shared his outlook for the future with Golf Digest while in Dubai, saying, "Going forward, if everything is on the table, venues have to be a big part of the consideration. My ideal situation would be a global tour, but corporate America would need to play a significant role in it all. Saudi Arabia as well. It's just elementary economics. But there is an untapped commercial opportunity out there. Investors always want to make a return on their money. Revenues at the PGA Tour right now are about $2.3 billion. So how do we get that number up to 4 or 6? To me, it is by looking outward. They need to think internationally and spread their wings a bit. I've been banging that drum for a while." The 4-time major winner also provided detailed information about the possible format of a new world tour, suggesting a broad, fictitious itinerary that would stop in several different cities. "Whether they are rotated on the new global circuit, or we go with the same ones every year, I'm okay with either," he stated. With a range of options open to consideration, he even hinted that the proposed world tour should essentially operate in a similar way to Formula One. Outlining a potential framework for a 22-event schedule for the top 70 to 100 players in the world, he continued, "The Australian Open, for example, should almost be the 5th major. There is a lot of potential in the market down there. They're huge golf fans. They adore athletics. They haven't had much access to elite golf. The courses are excellent as well. Another tournament I would include is the South African Open. Then there are nations like Japan, Hong Kong, and Singapore. What Japan stands for as a market. That would present another chance. We might wind up with something that looks like Formula One, but with a little more of an American presence," McIlroy continued. "Including the 4 majors results in an excellent schedule for the top 70 to 100 players, regardless of the exact number. We would schedule, let's say, 22 events. I think that would look pretty good."